This is a interesting predicament I have here. Apparently I didn't bank my last inventory of Rev loot, which means that whatever this loot right here is worth should have been added on to the final price check. Welcome to a brand new video. Today is part 2 of a 3-part trilogy I'm doing on the Revenants. Part 1 is already up on my channel. I would highly suggest going over and checking it out if you haven't done so already. The point in these videos is that I wanted to be able to kill Revenants for 10 hours unskulled, 10 hours skulled, and 10 hours of PKing at the Revenants to see the difference in money that can be made. Today is part 2, where we are going to be doing Revenants skulled for 10 hours in hopes of receiving some mega rare drops. For those of you that don't know, the chances of receiving a mega rare roll on the drop table, such as any of the PvP weapons or any of the PvP statues which are over 2 mil in value, are greatly increased while you are skulled killing the Revenants. That is why I decided to make this video, if you are curious as of to why the loot would differ. Something worthy of pointing out is that in my inventory in these clips, you will see that I have a strange looking orb in my inventory. This is obtained during Dragon Slayer 2, and effectively what it does, it will damage you for 9 damage every time you click it. Similar to a rock cape. The reason I use this is to try and avoid getting smited out by ancient maces, which is an ongoing issue in the Revenant caves, which you guys will witness very soon in this video. With that being said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, do you know what's interesting? I feel like at some point during this video I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to have to trade the crossbone in for the chain mace for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, I am highly targetable right now because this bow is worth about 70-ish mils, between 60 and 70. Reason 2, I can't use my salve amulet EI because it costs 1,000,000 Nightmare Zone points to be able to imbue, whereas I can just get an infinity amount of salve amulets. So you can see I got 10 here, they take 2 seconds to get, and obviously that's going to give me more damage overall. This is the first inventory of loot, 300k. I'm gonna do this for probably another hour or so, and I'm gonna see how it goes. If I keep getting focused as hard as I am, I will more than likely downgrade to the chain mace, but in all honesty, it'll probably be a bit of an upgrade with the damage, although I will be losing the range that I get from the crossbow. I've used the crossbow for 50 minutes now, and I'm sick of it. I'm gonna sell this thing, buy myself a chain mace, and just see if I can do any better, because I am getting heavily focused being skulled with this risk right now. Here is the new and improved gear setup we're going to be going with. Here is the new and upgraded gear we're going to take. The crossbow sold for 65 mil compared to the 22 mil cost of the Vigor's chain mace. Well, as you can see here, I've had to take 2 stamina potions because I'm going to have to run around a lot to try and compete with everybody with blowpipes and also crossbows. It does seem like this is going to be just as AIDS as what it was with the crossbow. Holy shit. I don't know if this is just a really bad time to be doing this. But yeah, that's another death in the bag right there. So it's just past the 1 hour mark. And honestly, this is looking a lot worse than what it is unskulled. I think so far I've made about 600k, which obviously isn't anything compared to unskulled. I'm definitely being focused and targeted a lot more than what I usually would. Also forgot my salve ammo, pleb. I am gonna do the 10 hours of this just to see if it pays off with getting a mega rare drop such as one of the weapons. It's kind of interesting because although you may get better loot when you're skulled, obviously you're gonna be targeted a lot more than what you usually would. And so far, it's not paying off. That was a drastically better trip than I've had this entire time. Let's do a price check of this. 978k, 2 dragon plate legs. It seems that the chain mace is the way to go. Ho ho ho! There we go, our first mega rare, 6 magic seeds. I think the max is 9? Let's take a look inside this looting bag. How much were those? It's over 1 mil. I'm assuming from the loot that's in here, the bulk of this 1.1 mil are these magic seeds. Probably around about 700, 800k. If you guys were wondering what the orb is used for, this is a prime example. As you can see, I was full TB'd, I see a massive clan rushing in, and I see a bunch of dragon spears and maces. So I spam click on the orb, basically killing myself, because the way that the ancient mace works is the higher HP you are, the more prayer it will drain. Therefore, if your HP's low, it can only smite so much. And in this case, I was able to protect my +1 even though they were actually healing other on me. Side note, you should probably turn that off if you plan on taking a +1 skull to Revenants. After that incident, I felt pretty reassured with the fact that I would be able to keep my +1 so long as I used my orb and didn't allow them to hit me from full HP. However, little did I know, those maces are incredibly powerful. Look at this clip right here. 1 dragon spear, 0 freezes, and that was enough to take me down to 1 hit point with 0 prayer points left, e.g. you fuck. Jagex did actually nerf Bandos God Swords for the same reason, and this was a couple of months ago. It was to stop people getting smited in the same way. I've never had an issue with macers, and quite frankly, I don't really mind it being in the game because it always has been. But if they're going to change the effect of the Bandos God Sword, it seems like it's just a matter of time until this gets removed from the game. As you guys can see in the clip, what is the counterplay to this? There is none. So my thoughts and opinions on macers: if they're going to nerf the Bandos God Sword for this exact reason, then Jagex should most definitely nerf those maces and just take away the smite effect, if not completely. But I am curious, what do you guys think? And a side note, I paid 20 mil for the mace. Not to sound like I'm flexing on you guys, but in the grand scheme of things, to my bank, it does very little. They got me. Holy shit, that was like instant. What I'll probably do is more than likely just take the blowpipe from now on, because I think that was 18 mil that I just lost, whereas the blowpipe's only about 4 mil, which isn't a huge issue. Oh, that's the 2 mil one. There you go. One of the perks of being skulled at Revenants. Hey, that's nice. I should have taken that Runite orb, but I'm gonna get out of there with my 2 mil emblem. That's a really nice drop to get. This is a lot of people here. Holy, they really all going for me? Oh my god, dude. This is horrible. Any +1 that you're skulled up in, you just become such an instant target. Yeah, I'm gonna bank the blowpipe. I'm gonna go get myself the whip, because also I'm using dragon darts and I'm also using Zora scales, so it's cutting into the profit so damn much. So, as you guys can see, I downgraded the gear, we downgraded from the toxic blowpipe, we took the tentacle whip. That was my +1, and so basically if I die, they got about 600k if they managed to smite me. So I'm going to play some very beautiful music in the background. Also, I get a lot of comments regarding this soundtrack, so I've personally linked it, so if you guys want to check it out, it's by Old School Runescape Beats. Make sure you go and check them out, and enjoy the death montage. I'm at the point now that are consistently targeting me because not only am I skulled, but because of my fucking username. I cannot fucking wait. I literally, like, I'm so tempted just to gear up right now, walk into Revenants and fucking destroy every little shit smeared trash can that is. What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. Maybe they did make the video. Yikes. Alrighty, fellas. We've got under 10 seconds to get a last kill, but nothing is spawning. So we're just going to tell you out. The countdown is done. Thank God we're not getting declawed out. This is a PvP world. Very nice to see. How much was the loot from that trip? 530k, and I'd say that's pretty much been about standard for every trip that I've done in this setup. It is time to do the price check for 10 hours of Skulled Revenants. Let's take a look at how much we made. A few things before I get into the price of this loot tab. You may have noticed something. This loot tab is nothing compared to what we got in the unskulled version. In fact, it's kind of pitiful how much loot we managed to get in 10 hours of Hours PKing. Now, I'm sure I've already mentioned it, but yes, I was heavily camped at Revenants when I was Skulled, and I think it's due to probably two reasons. Firstly being that I was Skulled, and secondly being because I've already made a video on the Revenants, so people knew if they saw my RuneScape name at the Revs and they killed me, they assumed that they would get a spotlight in the video, which I can almost guarantee has had a massive effect on the price of this loot overall. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get everything out of the bank and see how much we've made. Here goes nothing. Let's get a price check of everything. Yikes. Under 15 mil in 10 hours. That's less than 1.5 mil GP per hour Skull to the Revenants. That's pretty horrific if I do say so myself. If I take out the 2 mega rare drops that I got, which were the magic seeds, an ancient statuette, that's a solid 12 mil. So if you're curious how much I made unskulled, make sure you go and watch that video, because believe me, it was a hell of a lot more than what you're seeing right here. If you've made it this far into the video, you're going to be fully aware that we didn't manage to receive a PvP weapon, and we also got smited for a mace. Therefore, unfortunately, we didn't make any profit. However, if we didn't lose the mace, we would have made a grand total of 14 mil and 800k. That will conclude today's video of killing Revenants for 10 hours Skulled. I know I probably came across really mad at certain points in this video, but honestly, it's the wilderness and I'm a firm believer of anything goes, and that's what I love about the wilderness. Which leads me on to being incredibly excited for the next video, which is where I get to take my revenge for 10 hours against everybody I see within the Revenant caves. With that being said, guys, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you very soon.